On a cold evening in 1814, the most powerful house in the United States went completely dark. Not because of a storm, but because the enemy was already inside the city. In the summer of 1814, during the War of 1812, British forces launched a bold and shocking attack on Washington, D.C., a city that many Americans believed was untouchable. After defeating U.S. troops at the Battle of Bladensburg, British soldiers marched straight into the capital. Government officials fled in panic, carrying whatever documents they could save. President James Madison himself escaped only hours before the British arrived, riding into the countryside as smoke began to rise over the city. First Lady Dolly Madison became a quiet hero that night. As British troops approached, she refused to leave until priceless national treasures were saved. Most famously, she ordered servants to cut the large portrait of George Washington from its heavy frame and carry it to safety. That single act preserved one of the nation's most important symbols, which still hangs in the White House today. When British soldiers reached the White House, then called the President's Mansion, they found dinner still set on the tables. According to several accounts, they ate the food prepared for the president and his guests, then began to destroy the building. They set fire to the White House, the Capitol, and other government structures, turning the night sky red with flames. For Americans watching from a distance, it felt unthinkable. Their capital city was burning. But nature had its own dramatic twist. The next day, a violent storm, possibly a hurricane or tornado, swept through Washington. It extinguished many of the fires and killed several British soldiers when buildings collapsed. Some Americans later believed this storm was a sign of divine intervention, saving what remained of the city from total destruction. The damage was massive. The White House was left a blackened shell, its stone walls stained by smoke and ash. For months, the president had no official residence. Yet instead of abandoning the Capitol, Congress chose to rebuild. The walls were repainted white to cover the burn marks, giving the building its lasting nickname, the White House.
Strangely, this humiliating moment became a turning point. Just months later, the war ended and Americans emerged with a stronger sense of national identity. The survival and rebuilding of the Capitol became a powerful symbol that the young nation could endure even its darkest nights. Today, millions visit Washington, unaware that the White House once stood empty, burned, and broken, while enemy troops marched its halls. The night the White House went dark was not just an attack on buildings, but a test of whether the United States itself would survive. And against all odds, it did.